Hi, I'm PJ, I'm the GM, and this is what you missed on Season 2, Episode 45 of Edge of Legend. After the blade of the War King was finally apprehended, the group begins to swim to the surface. But in the deep dark of the water, in the depths, Dragon sees a one-armed Arbod leering in the distance. But a quick, intimidating glare from Shionibus sends their enemy packing. Once on land, the party discusses the next moves. Preventing Arbod from getting his hands on the blade was their most immediate priority. But now there's the matter of preparing Tobias for the prophecy, and then defeating Koramat once and for all. But this is when Lothier reminds the group of the body he saw trapped underwater in the city of Dragon's Grave, and how part of Tobias' tempering is to atone for the sins of the father and the self. This alludes to the idea that perhaps Tobias' father, Tobit, didn't actually die during the 8th cycle prophecy after all. Perhaps he survived, entombed, underwater for all these years. The party keeps this hushed from Tobias, for they know that any win of his father will dissuade him from facing the Green King. Then Alona comes up with the idea to throw an entire international beauty pageant in Dragon's Grave and have Tobias there as a judge to get him back to the city. What could possibly go wrong? This over-the-top, ridiculous plan could only be pulled off with the help of Isuo and their many, many resources. So it's a good thing when they got the call from Shionibus, they already agreed to this innocent scheme, all while the entire party gets accidentally roped into participating in the pageant in various ways. Back at Dragon's Grave, the party heads to the beach without Tobias or Morel. They want to figure out if this mysterious figure entombed in rock is truly Tobit himself. While it's increasingly difficult to submerge beneath the strange texture of Dragon's Grave's water, they manage to swim below and inspect the glistening blue rock. Shionibus immediately recognizes this as the son of Half, the divine creation of the god of water himself. Almost left Chio drowned about a year ago. Knowing that touching this entity is out of the question, Alona suggests communicating with Half to negotiate the release of whoever is inside. With closer inspection, Lothier does in fact see that the frozen figure in the crystal rock is Tobit Raphaelis, from his vision, not a day over what he was when the 8th cycle prophecy came to fruition. Knowing this, the party holds their breath and summons Half. When Half arrives, he stares daggers into Shionibus, recognizing her from the last time that his son came into question. But when the situation is explained to him, he agrees to release Tobit, though he warns the party that he is close to death. So unless they require a dead man, they should probably prepare some spells or drastic measures to preserve his life. The party plans, but before Half can release Tobit, Dragon insists on bringing Tobias to the scene. He thinks it's best that Tobias be there when his father wakes up, insisting he wouldn't want to miss the occasion. In spite of the hesitancy from the rest of the party, he goes. He rushes off to grab his friend, then a sputtering, half-dead Tobit is spit up onto the shore. Ilona and Lothier immediately do their best to stabilize the confused, panicked man. When Tobias and Dragon arrive back on the beach, Ilona does her best to explain to Tobit what has happened to him, but all he asks for is the well-being of his wife and son. This is when Ilona hesitantly introduces the two, and the atmosphere immediately shifts. Tobias is furious, denying his father. When Dragon attempts to reason with him, Tobias snaps and slices at Dragon with his words before running off, smearing the relationship between Dragon and Dragon's own father. This sends Dragon into a rage, the likes of which the party attempts to quell, but nothing can calm the emotions between these two broken men. Dragon attempts to tackle Tobias, but Tobias shoves him away in tears. The pain of seeing his father is too much for him to bear, and this is when Dragon finally embraces his friend. Joining him in his pain, Dragon explains he was never able to say goodbye to his dad, and it haunts him to this day. He begs Tobias to not let this opportunity to know his father slip him by, for he will always regret it. And the teary-eyed Tobias agrees, walking up to his father and welcoming him to the group, saying, "Hello, Dad. Let's go save the fucking world." And that's what you need to know about Season 2, episode 45 of Edge of Legend. Make sure to tune in Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to Nat20 Productions Official on Twitch to catch the newest episodes of Edge of Legend as they happen. We look forward to seeing you in chat as you become legends right alongside us. And as always, thank you for watching.